simply like my father. It never has much been for collies, but I think that his collies are his children. And I wanna live fearlessly, believing nothing could ever hurt me if I just love. If I just love relentlessly. And I don't have an extravagant plan for who I'll be when I'm an older man, but the best adventures follow no maps. Oh, 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 oh. When I was born, a quilt was sewn by the one who held my father before he had grown, before he'd met my mother. And I don't have an extravagant plan for who I'll be when I'm an older man, but the best adventures follow no maps. Oh, 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 oh. When I was born, a quilt was sewn by the one who held my father before he had grown, before he'd met my mother. And more were made as our family grew. A name is just a name, but it holds me to you. For there's love in every letter.
And it's pretty elegant.
Oh, 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 oh. My name says that I am light, and I wanna learn how to fight for the ones this dark world has barred from hope. And I wanna see with clear eyes, to see beauty underneath every painful disguise. Want the bravery to dream. It's not the code that makes the dreamer, nor the stitches of a quilt. It's not the colors that you wear, son, it's the colors that you spilled.
latte with regular milk. And can I also get blueberry lemon scone?
You've been stealing all my jokes and my heart too. There's no reason you gotta play cool, 'cause I've already got you. Oh, we don't really have to try. With you there's no second guessing. It's just like you're reading my mind. Baby, tell me why this feels so right. Oh, with you loving is simple. I swear I'm obsessing over all of the little things you do. You're the one I was made for. Can never replace you. It's second nature with us two. I think that we were meant to be. It's like I found the missing puzzle piece, and now I'm feeling so complete. It's so easy to see. Oh, we don't really have to try. With you, there's no second guessing. It's just like you're reading my mind. Baby, you know that this feels so right. Oh, with you.
야, 이거.
it's simple.
야, 이거 먹기 너무 아깝다. 야, 이거 맛있다. 야, 이거는.
야, 나 지금 하나씩 보내려고 했는데
안 돼, 안 돼.
그걸 덮니?
이거 뭐, 이거 하면 여기저기 집적되고, 이거 안 돼. 이거, 야, 비싼 거, 이거.
저성 급하네 급해.
여기 급한 거, 이거 비싼 거, 이거. 하나 끓이면 돼. 야, 상순아. 하나 끓여.
everything that you do. You've been stealing all my jokes and my heart too. There's no reason you gotta play cool, 'cause I've already got you. Oh, we don't really have to try. With you there's no second guessing. It's just like you're reading my mind. Baby, tell me why this feels so right. Oh, with you loving is simple. I swear I'm obsessing over all of the little things you do. You're the one I was made for. Can never replace you. It's second nature with us two.
Wonton.
Yeah, which one usually we get? We get the
Wonton
shrimp one,
soup.
right?
Yep.
But we get the one with shrimp in it, right?
Yep. The usual. Oh, I missed that.
Some soup also? Or?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're also very quickly done with 딘타이펑.
This is my favorite.
Oh, I've been looking through the lens of a telescope, but I could only see the space between us. Guess I've been waiting on the stars to align. Don't know a thing about astrology and horoscopes. I wish I could be a make-believe fan. I need a little bit of faith in my life. Oh, I've been looking for a soulmate for way too long. I'd even settle for a heartbreak just so I could feel something at all. I was looking for love in the wrong places till you made all my dreams come true. Thought I was looking for a soulmate, but I was looking for you. I don't know if this is the right way of thinking. Perfect is what I deserve. Do I got some nerve? Oh, I've been waiting for some kind of sign. Tomorrow might have something better. I'll just wait and see. Maybe today is giving me all that I need. Maybe it was you all this time. Oh, I've been looking for a soulmate for way too long. I'd even settle for a heartbreak.
Hi. I have a one decaf latte with regular milk. Oh.
Caesar, we're gonna play.
Alright, what kind of cream cheese would you like?
Oh, actually, what do you have?
I got plain scallion, I have a cinnamon sugar.
I've done it before and then like the smart flag.
Skip a beat, come wake me up from the stream. Come be my reality, reality. Yeah, my reality, reality. I know this seems so sudden, but it feels so right and I love it. You're exactly what I need. So I'll be right here waiting for you. Waiting for my dream just to come true. Tell me what I need to do. Should I make a move? Yeah, I should probably break the news that I don't wanna fight it no more. 'Cause I've never really felt this before.